So you locked in your mortgage rate and then you found out over while you're waiting to close on your home, mortgage rates just dropped 1 full percent. So what do? Are you stuck? Well, that depends, and that's what we're going to talk about next, folks. My name is Dan Free. I do the rate update every day to inform you guys everything real estate, especially on the financing piece of the puzzle. So what we want to talk about today is if you locked in your rate, what options do you have in today's market? So let's get over to exactly find out what is a rate lock. So the first thing we see here is the definition, and this is in Investopedia. So it's a pretty simple term, and I'll explain it in a little more common sense here in a second. But a mortgage rate lock is an agreement between a borrower and a lender that allows the borrower to lock in an interest rate on a mortgage for a specific time period at a prevailing interest rate. Okay, so basically it's this. When you applied for your application for your mortgage, you were asked, do you want to lock or do you want to float? Okay, locking in means you locked it. It's like buying a stock. My best analogy is, let's look at it this way. If you're watching a stock that you want to purchase, while you're watching that stock and doing all your analysis, that in essence is basically referred to as floating. You didn't buy the stock, so you're kind of watching things transact. Then you're like, okay, I think it's a good entry point, so I'm going to buy the stock. So now you bought it, okay? So think of that as if you like the interest rate when you locked in your rate, now you locked, okay? But the next day or the next month, that stock plummeted. Well, you can't go back to your broker and say, here, Mr. Broker, I'm sorry, but I didn't really want to buy that stock at that time. Can I buy it today? They're going to laugh at you and say, no. Well, that's what's going to happen if you used a bank to do your mortgage. What they're going to say is, you're locked in, there's nothing we can do. That's where the benefit of a mortgage broker comes into play. What a mortgage broker does is they're set up with probably 10, 15, in our case, over 100 different lenders. What we could do is we can do one of two things. We can renegotiate with the lender that we locked you into currently to see if there's float down options or anything we can do for you there. But if not, worst case scenario, all we do is take your mortgage application, withdraw it from our current lender, and take it over to another place that has current market rates much cheaper than where you are today. Let's look at the numbers on how dramatically this can change, because the numbers are astonishing. Let's get to it. So where we're going to start is, where are mortgage rates? Okay, so these are mortgage rates published by Mortgage News Daily, and this is today's current rates. Okay, in this scenario, it's a $500,000 loan, it's a 740 credit score, 20% down payment on a 30-year fixed rate, buying a single family property that's going to be your primary residency. So that's the backdrop of these rates. Okay, so that's not your scenario, but let's work with these numbers for right now. So you can see right here, let's go to the most commonly used mortgage for a first-time home buyer is right in this range here, a 30-year fixed or an FHA. So we're going to go work with the 30-year fixed right now. You can see down through here, the 52-week high was 6.28. Okay, so we're going to say that's 6.25. That wasn't too long ago. That was under 45 days ago. So if you're in the process of building a house, or maybe you did a lock and shop, you locked in your rate while you're shopping for a home, maybe this is what you have. So we're going to say the rate went from 6.25 to today's rate is 5.25. So 1 full percent lower than where we were. How much of a difference is this on your scenario? Well, the best way to do this is go to therateupdate.com. It's going to bring you our website right here. You're going to click down calculator, and you're going to pull up the calculator. So what we're doing here is we're putting in the loan amount, or we're trying to figure out how much of a savings is it for you? Is it worth the hassle? Well, you're probably going to find out absolutely it's going to be worth the hassle. So what I did in here is I'm looking for a conventional loan on a 30-year fixed. I put in a $365,000 purchase price on the home. But to make this simple, I just said, I'm going to take out everything. I'm going to take out the down payment. I'm going to take out any taxes, interest, insurance, PMI, everything. I'm just going to make it all zero to make this as simple as I can. All right. So then we're going to plug in the rate of where we were, where you possibly locked just a month and a half ago. That rate is 6.25. That puts your payment, your principal and interest payment would be $2,247. But you call us up and we're going to say, okay, now we can get you the 5.25 rate. How much of a difference? Is it worth the headaches? So we go to 5.27. What happens to the payment? Your payment now goes to $2,020. The difference of $230. $230 a month. Just think of it this way. That might be a car payment. That might be able to pay off your credit cards. That might be you could apply that extra payments to your student loans. Heaven forbid, you can even put it in a savings account. So this is the benefits of working with a broker. And if you're locked in, what I need you to do is send me your loan estimate. What your loan estimate is, if you applied for your mortgage with a lender, within 3 business days, legally, they have to send you what's called a loan estimate. That loan estimate is going to break down the whole scenario that you're applying for. It's going to give us your name, the address of the property you're buying, the purchase price of the property, the loan amount, and then all the numbers. What we're going to do is we're going to dissect all those numbers, and we're going to scan our system over 120 different lenders throughout the whole country to see what kind of rate we can get you. Then we'll do a mortgage analysis for you, send it back to you to show you how much money you can save. So how do you do this? Where do you get started? Well, the best thing to do is email me. My email is dan@therateupdate.com, or all of our description is down below. And if you want to find out more about me and my team, like I said, all you have to do is go to therateupdate.com. Over in this section, you get our phone number. We have a Calendly where you can set up a scheduled meeting with us personally, one-on-one, so we can talk with you in your unique scenario. Or we even have a chat button now that if you're online and you see one of us on there, we'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. So thanks so much for watching. God bless. If you find value in my channel, don't forget, give us a thumbs up, subscribe down below, hit the bell every time we post a video. You get an alert. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.